Welcome to the Birth of Success podcast, where we educate, opinionate, and demonstrate how to swivel in the time of crisis. I'm your host, Savon, aka the Father of Success, and we have our lovely co-host here,
Just the best.
Jessica. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, I guess. I feel like I'm not as prepared, but I feel like it was a little chaotic before we got here, so.
Yes. Well, we're certainly going to get into that exactly. What happened today and this weekend? It's been a difficult weekend for us, or I would say not difficult, but
a trying weekend. We just had a lot of disagreement,
a lot of different
emotions.
Emotional weekend, that's the word. It's been an emotional weekend, but we're definitely going to dive into it today. For one, just want to send prayers out to everyone and anyone that's been impacted negatively by this COVID-19. Please, people, do not come outside and do not crowd up in spaces. I'll probably cut that in part, but it don't matter. Let's get into it.
Okay. You want to talk about the draft first?
Oh, matter of fact, let me say a part. I'm about to tell them. Being that it's
you don't
been
gotta yell
chaotic.
to the mic either.
Yeah, okay.
You can just, right here is fine.
Being that it's been a pretty chaotic weekend, especially like today has been a little chaotic for us. We have to make a disclaimer right now, parents and listeners. It's going to be pretty raw today. You may hear a little cursing. You may hear some things you may not agree with, but we're just going to give you the God honest truth and from our perspective on a lot of things. So I just wanted to say that disclaimer because I'm fired up right now. Jessica?
I think first we'll just go ahead with the current events that's going on right now. We're gonna save the truth for a little bit later. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the draft. It's 3 days. I know you had a couple. Me and you kind of went back and forth about the draft, as far as if you think people should watch it.
The NFL draft. Let's be specific. For one, my brother-in-law, former NFL player, he's going to completely disagree with this one. And I think all of my friends, all of my boys, most of 95% of them is going to completely disagree with me with what I'm about to say.
Including me.
And Jessica.
I didn't really agree.
Jessica is against it as well. So we all know what's going on right now. 25 million people have lost their job due to COVID-19. Sports, there's no sports being played right now. So my question was, for one, I do want to say congratulations to everybody that's been drafted so far and everybody that will be drafted. You all deserve it. I hope you all get more money than you expect. I hope all is well and you have a healthy, strong, fruitful career. So I'm definitely not trying to knock any of the players that's been putting in hard work since they've been little. This is not towards you all. This is towards the fans. There's no sports going on right now. We're not even sure if the football season is going to start when it's supposed to start because we haven't finished basketball season. Baseball season hasn't started yet. So tell me, please, why are we having an NFL draft? Why are we having a draft right now? I think it's a distraction. You know, of course, we have a lot of people that says, well, we got to do something. We can't just stay inside forever. We can't just do this forever. That's very true. However, if you don't have a job right now and you spend the last 3 days watching the NFL draft, I don't see how that's helping your family. I don't see how your family is going to benefit by you watching the draft unless you have a family member, close friend, or somebody that you're close to that's about to get drafted. I'm not talking about them because, of course, we want to celebrate them for all of their hard work. But the regular occasional fan that just loves their team. You have no job. You're waiting for the news every other day because you don't have many means right now. You should be trying to learn some skills. You should be trying to learn some ways to make money and to help your family, not watching the draft for 3 days. I, for one, believe, and me coming from a family full of sports. As I said, my brother-in-law played in the NFL. My sister played overseas basketball. My older sister played for Georgia Tech basketball. Like, my family is sports. That's all that we knew. That's all that we knew growing up. And it's still a great foundation for sports is. However, me, I'm more so into business now because I realize at times like this, sports is closed. But people still making money. Business is still going on. It's just different ways to do so. It's up to us to learn these different ways, whether it's on YouTube and you want to learn for free, or whether you want to pay for a coaching program or you want to pay for a course. We have to focus on learning other skills or multiple streams of income. If you only know one thing and you've been affected by that one skill that you knew, I just plead with you, please don't spend all your time watching TV. And this goes to the women as well, because I believe that sports is for men as love and hip hop is for women. Reality TV for women is the same thing as sports is for men. It's a distraction from things that you really need to be doing. Like, of course, we all enjoy it. It's entertainment, so we enjoy it. However, it's not us putting the best use of our time. And I'm gonna swing it over to Jessica because I've been rambling for 5 minutes. I can go all day. Trust me.
Where I don't agree is because I have a job and I'm still grateful enough to be working. So just like he said, sports, and I like to watch sports. But just like he said, sports is the same thing, for men that reality TV is for women. I think sometimes when you are in the middle of turmoil, you want to feel good. You want to see something good happening. I feel like even if I don't have a family member that's being drafted, if I want to watch the draft because I see other black men basically having their whole lives changed on TV when we are in the middle of a pandemic, then yeah, let me have that moment to feel good for someone else. Let me just be able to see something good on TV other than everything that's being on the TV that's having me question what's going on with the virus. That enough is stressful. They tell us one thing one day, they tell us something the next. Can I break away from that for a second just to enjoy something on television? Granted, I feel like if you aren't working, you definitely should be looking to do something else, or you should definitely make sure that you're securing your family and your means. But I do feel like, everybody has a hobby or everybody has something that they enjoy. So why not watch? If you like sports and that can take you away from all the stress and make you feel good, do it. I feel like you should do it. I feel like, reality TV, I have my shows. I like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm waiting for the reunion right now. I feel like, personally, that's when I'm getting off work, when I'm done working from home, I like to go in my living room when it's coming on, and I like to watch. I like to eat and watch and see what else other people are doing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but that's just where me and him differ. So that was my argument, to let people enjoy what they enjoy, especially if they already have enough on their shoulders. Then yeah, let me watch something that is actually good. It's good for black men to be changing their lives. It's good for them to be able to change their family lives.
And that is a fact. So instead of watching, you need to be changing your family life. But
this is the thing, in this current state, it's a lot easier said than done. I can watch all the clips all day. I can try to learn a trade. That's cool. And nobody is saying, this is my own thing. How do you know people aren't doing that?
I'm not saying they aren't, but I know a lot of people that, I know a lot of people that aren't.
Okay. Well, if you
I
personally
know a lot of people
that aren't,
personally that's not,
then I can understand from your perspective of why you would say that. And that's where I think sometimes maybe instead of saying, don't watch the draft, Because some people ain't going to receive
No,
that.
and again,
I would encourage
don't,
them.
I'm only saying don't watch the draft for those that, if you are employed or if you are in the sports field, yes, of course, it's your job to watch the draft. Even if you've been laid off, of course, you got to come back and you would want to, you have to know all of these things. So I'm not speaking to you all either. I'm talking about the people that at this point, it's been 5 weeks. For one, you should have already been trying to learn some new skills and figuring out how to pivot. But see, that's why this podcast is so essential, because just stay with us. We're going to be talking about different ways and different strategies and different things that you can do to pivot during this time of crisis. It's not going to be the last time this will happen. So we just have to learn from it. Again, I want to congratulate every single player in the draft. I even feel bad for the players, because as a college player, as a young boy, you dream about the NFL draft. You dream about going to the draft, walking across that stage, getting that jersey. You don't dream about being at the house, getting a phone call saying you've been drafted. Like, that's a dream. It's a dream. It's like it's good, because it's like, yeah, I've been drafted, but it's not what they dreamt, I'm sure. So that's my question when I ask, why is the draft even happening? Why can't we delay the draft like we've been delaying the NBA season, and we delayed the MLB season, and we delayed everything else? But the NFL wants to keep it going. They don't want to stop for nothing.
That's true. I do believe they should have their moment the right way, because I have friends as well that's supposed to graduate this year, and it sucks that they're not going to get to walk the stage, because some people I know, even in college, like, that's hard. That ain't nothing. That is, when you walk across that stage, like, it's a sense of relief for people. And honestly, college is hard. It's people that ain't got nothing, that got through their 4 years, even their 2 years if it was community college. They might have kids. They might have gone through the ringer. Walking across that stage for some of them people means so much. Like, it's almost like you're winning. You won. You won the game. And I do think, like, people should still be celebrated the same way that anybody else has had a graduation in the past was celebrated, because they deserve it.
Yes, and you all have won, regardless whether you walk across the stage or not. So I don't want, or regardless whether you came on the stage and got drafted, you have won. So we celebrate you, and we are very proud of you for all your hard work. I'm talking about the league and those that may not have right now. Let's just try and do a little better. That's all I'm going to leave it at that.